Come on in. I'm battling with chords right now. Hang on. Go. BGM. Alright. But yeah, hi, welcome. Hello. Yesterday was the Lunar New Year. Yippee! Well, I don't know if I can read that right. Happy Lunar New Year! I was gonna mop a foot, and then I was like, I'm gonna embarrass myself. Not very particular red pockets, everyone. Hell yeah. You may have heard me whisper it. Gong hei fat choi. And then I was like, I'm gonna fuck that up. I'm like, don't even try. Go, white girl, go. Sometimes you get notifications and sometimes you don't. Yeah, that's why you should just follow me on Twitter and Blue Sky and keep that open forever. Have notifications for those. So you're inundated in Blue Sky notifications all day, every day. But yeah, so we are entering the year of the Fire Horse. And so, of course, that means I get to draw a handsome horseman, and that's what we're doing today. So hooray! Buckle up, have fun, as we draw horse. I've got, like, the idea of a composition, but, that could change as we go. As always. And actually, I think already I don't want him angled quite that far. Yeah. I don't know why I read Go White Girl Go and suddenly the Go Diego Go theme song popped up. That was so good though. I never watched Diego, but I watched the opening. I don't want this to be all stiff. I want to have a cool, kind of cool composition going here. Fire Horse. I'm not familiar with this MLP character. You know, Fire Horse. Oh, man. And then it's on fire. Fire Horse. Wow. Can you tell I never did too much My Little Pony fan art? Like I did some, as always. Like everyone. We all drew ponies. But some of us drew ponies better than others. Series of reanimating members from the deepest pockets of your mind. With the Go Diego Go. Yeah, listen, he's gonna be pretty Rapidash coded, I'll be honest. Because it's the perfect Fire Horse. This is... hang on. This ain't right. This is not quite right. I'm gonna... I need to have a rougher rough that I can then flesh out. No, I'm just doing the same thing. All right, then we'll go back to him. But yeah, I am not of any level of. I am not Chinese, as should be evident by most things I do. But so I don't know all the things you do for the Lunar New Year. But if anyone wants to teach me some fun facts about some activities that happens with the Lunar New Year, I'd love to learn. We're not doing a full body. Yeah, we're not doing a full body piece for this one. I gotta get this leg right. Okay, good. So we'll there's a chance we'll even be cropping this. I hadn't thought about what his hand should be doing at all. Ride a horse, probably. Perhaps. Horses are so fucking hard to draw. Their noses and heads are weird. Like, you got a real ass horse, and usually it's got hair, and then it's like weird nose. And it's just, they're just weird. They're just freaks. That's why we all must appreciate the horse girls. Because they are the ones who truly learn how to draw horse. And do it well. Hang on, I'm focusing on an arm. You know how it gets... Okay, nice. And then, like, another hand over here. Up and ready to participate. But then I think we're going to be cropping around here. So, I want it to be kind of a skewed balance for... for the composition. I'm a fake horse girl. You eat noodles for longevity. That's really all I know. Well, that's good. That's nice to know. I know an artist who prides himself on his ability to draw correct horse's anatomy, especially the chest. It's tough to do, so if you can, it's like people who are like, I can draw hands good. It's like, yeah, you should be bragging about that. Outside of it being the Lunar New Year, things going on with Twiins. I think I want my brush to be bigger than this. I think I want some thick-ass line art. Yeah. I beat Franz. I beat that bitch in, Code Vein. Code Vein 2. There was a real wall that I hit. And I think everyone who has played Code Vein 2 has hit this wall. It's Franz. He's, like, your first kind of major boss. He is technically optional, but, I wanted to save my handsome husband. So, I needed to fight the optional boss. I'm finding the side of the head. That's what that is. So I can draw this boy correctly. But I beat him. I beat the evil guy. And yippee. Yippee for me. Yippee hooray. So that's good. My brush is also real dark already. I want this to be a little... Oh, cool eyebrows. Every now and then you gotta have a cool eyebrow. So yeah, I beat him. I did that yesterday. So that means I get to play the video game again. So yippee. That's a big ass smile we got going on. Okay, it's looking alright. It is looking okay. I used my power called Google, and it apparently says that people clean houses to sweep away bad luck, to set off fireworks to scare away bee. Gotta scare away that bee. I'm medieval spirits. That's okay. If you think about it, life is just a series of walls. I think life is more like being a series of walks. W-A-L-K. Sometimes it's a walk in the park. Sometimes it's a brisk walk. Sometimes it's a boring walk. You know, I drew that ear, but actually, I think we're gonna make him a horse boy, so we're gonna get rid of that anyway. Let's temper this away because it's obscuring my vision. And then let's get some cool hair in here. I'm thinking. Hang on. I'm creating a design as we go. So, you know, there will be swaths of time where I'll be a little quiet. I've given him some pretty intense eyebrows, and I want him to look less angry. I want him to be more, like, less aggressive. So and a nicer smile. Probably not sharp teeth. I tend to do sharp teeth, but I want him to be nice, be friendly. This eye is intense. I need to fix his eye. I'm sorry, hang on. The face is intense, everything's intense. Maybe I ought to just lean in and just recognize what I'm good at. I even try to make it like big so it was like happy and cute. There we go. That's a friendlier looking eye. Okay, cool. We'll roll from there. Which boy are we doodling? We are just doodling a fire horse for the Lunar New Year. That's a teethy ass grin. We'll handle that later. So we're making our own boy. Let's get a design in here. Let's start drawing an outfit. Let's just have a chill time. Let's not worry too much. You know what? Let's just say fuck it. Let's just go. Don't look a gift horse boy in the mouth. Autocorrect is a bitch. You're so right. Autocorrect we're so good at being like, you want to say ducking, and it's like, I've never once wanted to say ducking. Why do you think that's what I want to say so often? Who fucking says ducking? No one says ducking. No one goes ducking. Is it a verb? Oh, well, okay, yeah, ducking, like to duck. I was thinking of like quack quack. Oh, I'm gonna go ducking. I'm gonna go look at the ducks. But no, no one needs to say ducking on the phone. Stop correcting me. Cool collar. Cool high collar. Get to see his chest. Oh yeah, talking about, what am I saying? Talking about Code Vein. We all need to take a moment at some point in the stream to appreciate my husband from Code Vein. Plant Doug appears. Let's get Doug on in. Is that Doug? It is. You can go over here. Cover up my layers along with the jar. Never played Code Vein. Code Vein 1 was alright. You know, it was my first, Soulsborne game. And it's pretty accessible in that regard, because they, like, you always have a friend with you, and it just makes it a little bit easier than... That face is intense. We're gonna have to fix that. But yeah, you've always got a friend with you, so it makes it a little bit more accessible. Now I'm not looking at any references. I'm just kind of making an outfit as we go. Fantasy, a little Genshin-y, you know how it be. So yeah, Code Vein's pretty fun. The second one's much better. I'm seeing a lot of discourse of people saying it's not as good, and I'm like, no, you guys are wrong. Code Vein 2 is so much better than Code Vein 1 because it's an open world. There's like more weapon types. So yeah, you should. I would recommend checking out Code Vein. It's basically what if Elden Ring was anime, is how I'll say it. I want this shirt actually to be more. Cool. And there's a second one that is gonna be goddamn impossible to see, cause that's how it is. It's your 5-month sub-anniversary. Only 5 months? What a fake fan, no. Will there be a Code Vein husband ranking? I feel like there's only 4 male characters, so probably not. But maybe I'll, like, draw some Noah fan art. I'm really hoping, all my fingers are crossed, that, we get a figure. I want a figure of him real bad. So yeah, everyone at Bandai Namco, say, can we get a figure of Noah? Twiins wants a figure of Noah. Can we get a figure of Noah? And then they gotta make one. That's the rule. It's the law. Okay. That's fine. That's all fine. That's fine. Is Uma Musume doing anything for the Lunar New Year? Like, surely they must be. I haven't played Uma Musume in a little bit of time here, but, it's the year of the horse. Like, they've gotta, like, this is a once in 12 years opportunity. They had better be, like, jumping on this, you know? So, I'm sure they are, but I just don't know what it is that they are doing. You know, normal people would have made the horse boy, like kind of slim. Horses are pretty muscly, though. It makes them less fun to eat, I do believe. Yeah, this arm is all kind of weird, kind of goofy. It's a bit of an awkward angle to have it at. Especially for a muscle boy. It's just hard to find good references for this sort of angle. Okay. Okay, that's a boy. That's a boy right there. He should have a tail, of course. Oh, and I also have not finished his hair. Hang on, sorry. I'll look at you guys in just a second. There we go, that's a horse boy. They had a New Year's kimono thingy for Haru, which I got the first time I ever played, but other than that, I don't know. Twiins wants figure, game producer. Who? The chest and or main body tends to be pretty brawny, while the legs can look oddly spindly. They do look oddly spindly. It makes it like, it's like, how do you walk on those? It's like a potato on toothpicks. Can't you use the best model for things like that yourself? Unfortunately, I'm not quite as muscular, despite the fact that my coworker at work has repeatedly called me Miss Universe. Because I made, like, an allusion to being, like, I was like, I'm incredibly strong. As I go to pick up a pretty standard, like, box. And so he keeps calling me Miss Universe. But no, not quite, the buff Buffenston that I would need for a good reference for this. Okay. And then, so I've got his arm up like this, because I want him to have, like, a flag. That's the whole reason I did that. So let's get the flag in here. Grabbing a straight line. Oh, it's incredibly. I thought that was. Hang on, let's get a line in that's actually. Hang on, I've got a thick ass brush today, so let's get thinner than that. I love that it's so hard to tell how thick or thin your line brush is gonna be. There we go. And as usual, my straight edge thing is on its own layer, so I can move it around and fiddle around with it without worrying about fucking up the rest of the piece. I'm gonna make this like, I don't know, something horsey, I guess. No, we're not. We're just gonna make it a fancy circle. I was gonna make it like an upside down horse head, and then I was like, that looks goofy. Let's not do that. And then starting at around here is where the flag will actually begin. And him run. So actually, I've got it in my head that the composition's gonna be really this way, but I think we actually want him ahead on this composition. So let's stick my two sketches here into a folder so I can there we go. Which means we also get to draw the rest of his tail. Yippee! Tail can go up, flag can... We'll have a cool, like... Amazing. Okay, great. Cool. It's a man. With a pretty intense expression. I might still change that. Twiins co-worker flex for me. I'd love to have a friend around to be like, can you let me take a gander at your arm. Unfortunately, that almost always comes across like you're flirting. Allison has her on a strict regimen of protein powder, medium rare steak, and 5 dozen eggs like Gaston. No one eats like Twiins Inc. No one drinks like Twiins Inc. No one's neck is as incredibly thick as Twiins Inc. Alright, let's jump in here. I think we're gonna temper our brush a little bit. I wanted a thick brush, but I wanted to be a little bit thinner than what we got. And I'm going to avoid his eyes for right now. I'm gonna do kind of a classic anime eyebrow thing, where the eyebrows are being drawn over the hair. I like doing that especially with thick eyebrows, and I love thick eyebrow characters. I don't think there will ever be a Grim Magic book that goes by that doesn't have at least one girl who's like... And she's got eyebrows like that. No one drinks as many Red Bulls as Twiins Inc. I do drink a lot. I've tempered the Red Bulls recently, just because since I'm working so early in the day, I get to work at 5 a.m. And so because of that, like I get off work at like 1. And so I've just been like, I don't want to like have Red Bull that early in the day. And so I'm just not having any Red Bull. Or I'll get home and then like have a cup of coffee instead. So it has tempered the Red Bull / I am drinking a Red Bull right now though. But it has tempered the Red Bull and Monster Energy drink. addiction. I guess we'll call it an addiction. We'll call it as we sees it, you know? Alright, let's get a big smile that looks friendly and excited, but not quite as manic. Gotta get your tongue in there. Okay, there we go. A manic smile, like you can see in our sketch. All this like jagged edge, that makes it look a lot more, you know, villains have smiles like this. Heroes have smiles like that, you know, and then a tongue, you know. That's all teeth. And of course, that is not a 100%. Lots of cute girls have chompy teethers these days, but in general, if you find yourself like how I was just there, like his smile looks really intense. I don't want him to look so intense. Straightening the teeth can't help out. And similarly, if you're like, I want a character that's like, I want them to, like, they're smiley, but I really want them to be like kind of aggressive about it, then make the teeth sharper. And there you go. Wowee. 5 a.m. what the fuck. But at least you have the whole afternoon to yourself. Exactly. So, yeah. Hence, I mentioned I work for aliens now, and that's part of it. This is getting up so damn early. Hang on. My sketch is a little rough here. I needed to focus for a second. Okay, there we go. The only energy drink I've ever liked was Rockstar. Howdy! Queen Nash, welcome. I appreciate you. Feel free to chit-chat. Feel free to lurk. You can leave if you want. You know, I ain't your mom. But yeah, thanks for being here. I appreciate it. I had a little bit of details. I guess fuck these aliens. I mean, they're nice. They're just damn early in the day. But only sometimes. Other days, I'm scheduled for like noon to 8. And that's frustrating. I don't like having an inconsistent schedule like that. It's also going to impact stream. I'm gonna still try to stream, you know, twice a week, like usual. But I can't currently, I don't know if it's going to be particularly consistent. I'll do my best for you guys. I'll try to actually, you know, post, like, schedules. But yeah. But it is what it is. I needed money. I needed money and the aliens were hiring, so, you know. You do what you have to. The protagonist that has sharp teeth, aka the ankle biter. Have you ever tried a midnight shift? I've never been scheduled for a midnight shift, no. Not across all my days at work. I have had to gotten up for, like, really early like that, or stay up late for, I think, school-related things. This is a meaty-ass hand I've given him. I think we're gonna kind of rein in the pointer finger a little bit. But yeah, not been scheduled for a midnight shift. If I have been, it was for, like, I don't think I've ever actually, I've luckily never had to work for Black Friday, I don't think. If I did, I completely, like, erased it from my memory. Man, I gotta get better at drawing hands. This is annoying me. Gotta study hands more. But yeah, not been scheduled for a midnight shift. Watched enough FNAF to know that's a bad idea. I think it would be, a part of me thinks it would be fun. That hand is fucking crazy. That's a crazy ass hand. for it being so prominent in the picture. Why is it, everything's so thick? It's all bad. The hand is too wide. That's the biggest thing. The hand is too wide. The hand should stop there. It's just gonna be a bad hand, you know? Just don't look at it. Just fuck off. I've never been scheduled during Black Friday. Flashbacks to Warzone. I've been scheduled for Thanksgiving, like the Thanksgiving day. That was frustrating. But yeah, I think I haven't been scheduled for Black Friday. But again, I easily could have just blacked that out. Yeah, I gotta do hand studies, I think. As, you know, as an artist, you have to recognize, you know, it's always learning new things, and sometimes learning the new things is relearning the old things. Yeah, I need a sip. Something I've had an idea. There's a game, like a game study tool. It's called Go, G-O-G-H, spelled like Van Gogh. Yeah, and it's like a study tool thing. And I've been thinking, so basically, oh fuck, I can't believe I've done this. Like, I like doing streams with you guys. I like being able to chit-chat. And also, I want to be able to work on, like, my comics. I don't like working on my comics on stream, though. I don't like spoiling the story. I like letting you guys be able to, you know, read it, you know, as intended, basically. But that's the tough part, is because streaming and working on my comics both take time. And it's like, oh, but if I could do them at the same time, then it takes, then you know, that's an efficient use of time. But I don't like working on my comics visually on stream. But I don't want to just, like, do a stream where it's, like, just me with my head down and I'm, like, drawing, but you guys can't see. Hence, this is where Gog comes in. Where the point is that you can you get to make your own little avatar, which is very cute, and you make your own kind of room. And the point is that a lot of people, like, work better when others are working around them. And it crafts an environment where, it's like you have other people around you. And you can even join other people's, like rooms. You can host a room and actually have other people also working, all together and stuff. And I think it could be at least a fun thing to try out, is doing some Goh streams where, like, it's me working, and, you know, of course I'll still jabber to a degree. I cannot help it. I tend to jabber. But yeah, then we could you know, do work on things all together, and I can work on my comics and not worry about entertaining you guys, like, visually. Like, that's the point of the stream, is we're all doing stuff, we're all hanging out, kind of chilling in a way. Hang on, that doesn't go there. I had to think about physics. So yeah, planning on trying that out. So there you go. Keeping you all in the loop. Shouldn't he have thick thighs or legs? Because horses are you saying that's a thin thigh? do you think these ought to be thicker? I could make this one a little thicker. There you go. A horse boy. I was picturing the meteor. Well, you can draw your own. Don't worry. I think I'm pretty good on the thickness currently. If I were to go thicker, they'd start to look goofy. I fear. I could add some cake. There's definite cake. Oh, but just for you. Yeah, here. A little extra cake for our horse boy. Twins, that's a slice of cake. Then draw your own fucking horse. I'm drawing the picture. Get off my dick. That's the best I can do. I'm not good at drawing cake. I'm sorry. I can barely draw the hands. I needed to focus. As always, I need to focus. I do it so rarely. Okay, good. Focused just enough. Let's get the rest of his hand in here. And again, our flag will be on its own layer. So we're ignoring that for right now. I feel like I was gonna say something else and I don't remember. It probably wasn't important then. That's good cake, goddamn. No. There's a lot of thighs and ass enthusiasts today. You all should check out Code Vein 2. Like I was talking about that game earlier, and that game also likes thighs and ass. So you would enjoy it. I'm a titty lover personally. But yeah, once we finish our line art here, we'll take a small break to appreciate my my husband. Another thing about Code Vein 2 is I'm fascinated by the proportions of the characters. Everyone's got real big hands, real long necks, and since everyone does, it becomes like, you know, it's like a style thing. If it was only like one character, it'd be like, why is this character built like that? But like across the board, everyone's got pretty damn big hands and long ass necks, and so I don't know, just kind of cool. I've done a weird. I made the flag real thick. Nice. Kind of bending back in. Yeah, that's a flag right there. It could be worse, could be a lot better. It is what it is. We do art to have fun around here. They got yaoi hands. They're so yaoi. They really are. You fool, I love thighs, ass, and tits, for I have the Triforce of fan service. Only Excalibur could say that. What does his head look like under the hair? Does he have human ears, or is it smooth? I would say it's smooth. Quad ears on anthro characters like this, it's just weird. The trick is, you just have to make sure you're never in a situation where you can see the side of their head. You can see it in, actually, Critters' video for, there's a little, no, that's fine. You know, Critters got her Uma Musume, abridged video. That was very funny. And there's, like, a shot of Sakura? Is that her name? That can't be it. The one with the like, red hair. Where you can see the edge of her head so clearly. And like, there she is, you know, and she's like, I'm I'm the blunt one. And like you could just see like all this nothing on the sides of her head, and it looks crazy. Silent Suzuka, thank you. I knew it had an S in it. And it's like, so that looks, why would you draw her at, she was on screen for so long. There was clearly, there's no movement happening. It was just like, why would you do that? So yeah, just, you know, make sure they always have long hair. Always make sure, and here's the tip, here's the big tip, actually. We're gonna take a second. I'm gonna draw his eyes in a moment, but let's take a small break to take a gander at some things. This is our things board. And starting up, we're gonna talk about, since we're talking about these anthro characters with ears and things. Okay. I'm grabbing an example. I'm grabbing a different example. I'm grabbing a good example. I'm grabbing an example that isn't at 120p. Okay. Copy image. Okay. Here's a good example of doing this. Cats the musical. Okay. Strap in. Lock in. Everyone pay the fuck attention. So, you'll notice across the board with the Cats musical that they have these big wigs that cover up the sides of their head to create a sort of mane look. And they don't have actually cat ears. Monku Strap here, you can see, has ears kind of fashioned into his hair. And that's usually what you get. And he looks like a cat. He looks like a normal cat. That's a cat man. That's a handsome cat man right there. Versus, you fucking disgusting, Hyper Yucko, versus Monku Strap in the movie. Ignore that his palette is a lot warmer in this screen grab. It's just, this one's at sunset, but it is the same character. Versus this one, where they don't go out of their way to create this wig, this hairy wig to hide the side of the human face. And so he looks weird. He looks wrong. There's giant things missing on the side of his head. Because nothing is shaped like this. A cat doesn't have human ears, but a cat's head isn't shaped like a human head. Cats have cute little round heads. Their eyes are further apart, you know? And they don't do anything to try to meet that median. What's Cats even about? Really, it's just about... The short answer is, Cats is about, look at these cool songs being sung by cats. The long answer is, cats trying to reincarnate into a better life, and they're all figuring out who should reincarnate. There you go. And so yeah, and that's not the only thing going wrong with the Cats movie. Let's bring the Monku Straps closer. You'll notice that in the musical here, we have all this makeup on his nose to create the silhouette of a cat nose. A lot of the makeup is doing this. The stripes from his wig, you know, gets painted down along his face. He's got these like elongated eyebrows to create the shape of a snout. Versus, yeah, that's just a human eyebrow. That's just a human nose. That's just human lips. They all have little cat mouths painted on, all this lipstick, and then like the little frecklies to create the shape of a cat mouth. There's a lot of white makeup on his bottom lip to hide that it's a human lip. And that's why the cats in Cats the Musical, the movie, look so weird, because they're not doing anything to try to hide that they are humans, like how they did in the stage play. And that's why, for your anthro characters like this, I choose to approach it in a very similar way to Cats, where you hide the human ears under hair. Because if you have a short hair character, then you get something that ends up looking like this. So even if you have a short hair character, you need to have some level of, like, That's a crazy eye. I've decided to go with. Hang on, I don't have enough room. So even if you have a short hair character, you know, and you don't want to have human ears, and it's like, okay, but I want, you know, a guy with short hair. You should still give him, you know, like mutton chops or something on the side to hide that whatever the thing that is missing over there. You see what I'm saying? So there you go. Hyper Yucko has now been added to my vocab. Main v no main, exactly. I feel like if they edited their eyes to be wider apart, it would look uncanny. Oh yeah, and you wouldn't want to do that. That would be a lot of work and time for something that still wouldn't look good. Hi. Welcome. We're talking about ears. The other thing we're going to talk about on our board of things to care about, since we're taking a small break from the art to look at things. Let's grab my husband, and so you can all be like, oh, that's a good man, that's a good husband. Here is my Code Vein 2 husband. Oh, what a tiny little image. There he is. His name is Noah. What a good guy. Good guy. What a cool... And the game across the board has this very, like, gold filigree, black, gold, and white, you know, aesthetic. And it's very cool. Ah, ears. Okay, yeah. Unfetishingly. Yeah, this is my husband. His name is Noah. I like the jacket that is like a cool jacket, but also you still get to see his buff-ass arms. So, reasons to play the video game, him. So yeah. What are those sleeves? Good. It's so he doesn't get too warm, you see. He's fighting so many monsters. He could get hot under there. It's fashion. Yeah, I think it's cool. It's a cool way to still let us get to see the handsome man under there. Pretty damn fly. So yeah, watch Cats the musical, but the Broadway version. Play Code Vein 2, or at least prompt other. Get your artist friends to draw fan art. There's like no Code Vein fan art, and I want fan art of my husband. But anyway, back to our horse boy. Let's see if I can get these eyes to look right. Sometimes you just want to, like, draw old anime eyes, don't you? Don't you just want to be like, what if all the eyes had a bunch of shit going on in them? A bunch of sparkles and crap, and sometimes I just want that. He needs some pretty eyelashes. Not only do I just like pretty eyelashes on characters, male or female, or any other option. Eyelashes are fun to draw. But also, horses have big pretty eyelashes, so of course he needs some big pretty eyelashes. Oh yeah! Alright. Cool. Amazing. A spry young fellow. Let's get, let's fuse those layers together. And then, let's get our straight edge. So we can actually be holding on to this dang old flag. I'm not following my rough very closely, so that I can kind of put a little bit stronger into his grip. And then since we're on our own layer here, we can just erase everything that doesn't belong. And there you go. Erase the part of him that goes behind the flagpole. And wowie willikers. A horse boy. Alright, let's add some color! They don't look right, they look left. let's get a good green in here so I can see what I'm doing, and then add some colors. I tend to lean towards horse characters being very Epona colored. Epona. So dark skin, light hair. Just like how we saw with Falada in Grim Magic. But since I am taking a lot of, like, flavor inspiration from Rapidash, we're actually gonna go with a paler complexion this time. Adios, Ariza. Have fun. Make smart choices. Arms not too hot, not too cold. Let's have some fun at work. Hell yeah. So, let's get this skin tone kind of locked in. And like I said, I'm pulling from kind of Rapidash mentally. So, we're pretty close to yellow here. Is what we're gonna start with, and I think that is what we want. Pretty pale. And I think white, oh, my line art is not closed, even when it's this thick. I think white plus fire colors looks pretty dang good. We don't get it very often, but ever since Score Bunny, fuck off. Ever since Score Bunny kind of entered the conversation, I've been like, now hang on a minute, that does look good. Otherwise, previously, I've been like, hang on, this hand has way less detail going on it. I need to balance that out. I need to knuckles, and then okay, there we go. Does it look good? No. Yeah, actually, I can make it look a little bit better. Hang on. Okay, great, okay, so yeah, white plus fire looks pretty good. Of course, I usually tend to lean towards more of like a black for, who was Rapidash? I keep thinking about the MLP ship, no idea who, oh, I guess that's Rarity and, and Rainbow Dash. So this is Rapidash, it's a Pokemon, and it's a fire horse. So this is kind of what we're feeling today in terms of vibes. That's a great picture of Rapidash too. That's awesome. But yeah. White plus fire equals actually good. So I wanna fuck with that a little bit more. Does anyone actually like Galarian Rapidash? I love Galarian Rapidash. Galarian Rapidash is like everything I want. I've yet to use it, which is mind-boggling, and it's just because, it wasn't in the game I got. I forget. So I played Sword, and you get it in Shield. And I just haven't done like a second playthrough or something. I thought about getting it for Magical Girl. You know, I did my Magical Girl, in Adventure in Sword version, but we're gonna start with this color for an eye, but that might change. Just kind of a warm brown, but yeah, I may change that idea. But yeah, I didn't want to trade over too many things for Magical Girl Sword version, which is why I opted out of getting the Galarian Rapidash. But yeah, I love Galarian Rapidash. I think it looks so cool. That's a top tier Pokemon. Hang on, his mouth is wide open. I see that. I see that line. I see that line trying to ruin my life. Alright, alright. He's so excited. So spry. Do I want orange hair or more of a red hair? That looks pretty alright. We're probably gonna have actually a level, like a gradient. I'm probably gonna make the hair look like fire. So we'll roll with orange for right now as a good kind of medium option. Medium within the fire colors. I thought it was from the pony game. Oh no. There was an episode of MLP where Princess Celestia sees a nightmare version of herself. Forget the name though, cool design. Oh, I feel like I remember. Hi, Mosswalker, welcome. I feel like I do remember that, but I don't remember enough of that. Alright, alright. I kind of haven't... Okay. Ooh, wow, that's real fucking saturated. Let's desaturate that a little bit. Okay, good. Let's, there we go. That's a little bit easier to look at. And then the insides are gonna be kind of a grayer. It's a little rosy. Let's make it nice. That's still pretty gray, actually. A little bit more color, a little less orange. There we go. And now I need yellow for the cool accents. Nice color, nice fire color elements in the outfit. Hell yeah. Really warm across the board. We will want to accent something with like a cool color to make it all help it pop a little bit better. That'll probably come into effect, honestly, with his eyes. I've got them this warm brown. I'll probably change the eye color. Just because a little bit of dimension in... You don't want... If you want a character to be warm-coated, you don't want it all to be warm. You want something to be cool on them. To make those warms pop a little bit more successfully. Because it's, you know, if everyone's super, no one is, you know? So, you wanna support your, you know, your palette with complementary colors. That's the whole point of them. Pretty good already. Twiins has not become a horse yet. Not yet. Galarian Rapidash looks snooty and ready to throw hot tea at my face for no reason. Yeah, because it's beautiful. And that's the whole point, is it's so beautiful. But yeah, this is a fire horse for the Lunar New Year. So he'll have more going on in his design as well. But let's get all these base colors down first. Cool. Alright, and I don't know what color to make the pants. Probably gray. When in doubt, use grayscale. Maybe a darker gray than that. Not quite the black of his boots. Boots and gloves. Hell yeah. Okay, cool. They could be like blue jeans, but that's a lot of blue to like put. And just down here as well. I do want an accent on this cool little rope we've got. His hair is orange. He's mostly got red in him. So I want to pull, I think, a teal. A fun teal color as an accent for our boy. And I might put that into his eyes too, but maybe not. Galarian Rapidash is a problematic princess, and that's why Twiins likes it. I just like unicorns. Saw pale skin, red eyes, and my pattern recognition kicked in. want to make the leggings teal, because I feel like I don't like how that would look. Yeah. I think I'm gonna stick with this. I think we're sticking with this. And then... Thank goodness, I thought that was gonna be wide open. Cool. A cool flag. And we'll be adding like a nifty pattern to that flag. Don't worry. I guess we'll just do that now. Why the fuck not? Okay, cool. And then... Okay, and then... Oh, sorry, I'm thinking. I'm making a pattern, so I've got to actually think a little bit. If I was smart, I would have just masked off my color layer. But I'm not smart. So I didn't do that. So it's alright, that just means I can do it by hand. Just means I gotta be a little bit quiet so all my brain particles can function. Okay. And yeah, okay, yeah. Thinking about physics. Okay, there you go. Wowee. And then... No, this does feel weird. It feels weird to not have any... Sometimes you have to do what feels right, not what necessarily is scientifically right. Because your science is probably wrong. Oof. Okay, great. And I think for our final thing here, we will add in... Ugh. Don't worry. I know it looks a little bad. It will be fine. Because it's gonna be a silhouette. That snout is too long though, unless... No, we'll just exclude the silhouette. Fuck that. Alright, let's add some shading. Let's put some light in here. She's beginning to pattern. Cool. We'll do some kind of easy shading. Everything's really warm in our palette, so we're gonna stick with also pretty warm colors for our shading layer. Borse. I might make the leggings more teal. I'm thinking about it, don't worry. Nothing is set in stone. But for right now, let's get some light going. light, which means suddenly Twiins just gets way quieter. What's open? Oh, like everything? All of my line art constantly? Okay, yippee. And this shading's pretty dark right now. I'm gonna make it less dark. I'm just keeping it dark right now so I can see what I'm doing a little bit easier. Pokemon Day is coming up, isn't it? We got actually multiple exciting things. We got Pokemon Day and Stardew Valley's anniversary, which will be coming with an announcement. Let's talk about Stardew Valley first. Stardew Valley's anniversary is later in this month. It's the 27th, I believe. And that's exciting because on the anniversary, we're getting an announcement of new marriage candidates are coming to Stardew Valley. And that's fucking exciting. Alongside more stuff. There's like a big update cooking right now. I decided I hated all of this shading. So yeah, who does everyone hope become... Oh, don't worry, we're gonna talk about Pokemon Day too. Don't worry. We're starting with Stardew Valley because I care a little bit. I care less about that one. So yeah, Stardew Valley, that's fun. The general consensus is people think the new marriage candidates are going to be the two people who basically got second place in, like, the last time there were updates to the marriage candidates when they added Emily and Shane. There was a poll on who people wanted, and the people are assuming that those who got second place, so Sandy and Clint, will become the new marriage candidates. If that happens, I'll be really disappointed because, no, I don't want to fucking marry Clint. He's a loser. Or actually, no, it's not Clint, it's the wizard. I would be more interested in marrying the wizard. But I hope it's either... New characters would be crazy. Yeah, have it be just like introducing brand new characters to the valley would be crazy, but could be pretty cool. And I don't think I colored this in. Oh, I did not. I'll handle that later. Or I want to marry Gunther. Let me marry the guy who handles the museum. I want to marry him. I think he's handsome. Oh, does Poppy Playtime launch tomorrow? I'm only excited because that means I gotta watch Astral Spiff. Like his little edited video once he gets that edited, which will probably happen pretty quickly. He's on top of things pretty consistently. But yeah, I don't know Bub Diddley about about Poppy's Playtime. But yeah, real excited for Stardew Valley. Looking forward to it. All my fingers are crossed that I get to marry my handsome museum man. But more importantly, wow, I really don't remember the Stardew Valley characters. Some of them could be more memorable than others. But yeah, more excitingly, Pokemon Day is in the not too distant future. I think that will be happening sooner, and it's Pokemon's 30th anniversary. Will be later in this month, and that's just so fun. So what all do we expect? I guarantee, I'm willing to bet every dollar I have that we're gonna get at least the starters, a teaser trailer for Gen 10. They've been cooking for so long, you know? And so really, really looking forward to that. Of course, first we gotta sit through, 20 minutes of coming to Pokemon Unite. New Pokemon in the TCG. New cards. Masters EX. new characters. Pokemon Cafe Remix. New Pokemon. What are all the other ones? They've got so many, like, Pokemon Sleep. New Pokemon. And it's like, I don't care. I don't care about any of those. We've got another trailer for the very charming looking, animated thing about, like, a girl working at, like, a resort. We've got another trailer for that. Why is there always a new trailer for this thing? Every Pokemon Direct. We've got another one. And also we've got another trailer for another animated thing. And also we've got another trailer for another animated thing. Do you want to talk about the theme park that's only available in, like, Kyoto, Japan? We're talking about that next. It's like, okay. And I just want to know about, like, some mainline games. Concierge, that's it. Oh yeah, Pokemon Go. Yeah, got here's new stuff about Pokemon Go. Yeah, so they've got, and that's okay. They gotta announce all their things. I stand by. I think they should start having, like, dedicated directs for all their different things. So then, you know, for all the people who are like, I'm only here for Cafe Remix, you know, then they can, you know, be like, oh my gosh, a Cafe Remix Direct. How exciting. But I get why they wouldn't do that. But yeah, really excited for Pokemon Day. I'll have to look up when it is again, so then I can know not to go online until I can watch it for myself. Just show me the new starters is the most fun part. Cause me, Critter, and Allison, there's handy dandy 3 of us, and so it's like, you know, we get to decide, like, who gets what starter, you know, and us all, like, texting each other. It's some of the happiest instances of my life. It is every time, you know, we get a new game announced and new starters, and which one you gonna pick? I'm so excited. And I feel so blessed to have friends and family who care about Pokemon as much as I do, so that we can all get excited about Pokemon and text each other and figure out, because, you know, we don't want to double up on starters, of course, because there's 3 of us. How handy. And also that means we can trade each other eggs after we all beat the game. And so sometimes it's really easy, like, for Galar. There I am, I'm watching the trailer, and they announced the starters, and the first one is Cute Bunny, and Allison loves bunnies, so I'm like, okay, so there's Allison's starter, obviously, and then next cute starter, an adorable little monkey, and Critter loves monkeys, and I'm like, cool, Critter starter, so I guess I'm getting the water starter, and so I was stuck with Sobble, and because of that, I came to love Sobble. I like Sobble better than its evolutions. I think Drizzle's alright. I think Inteleon is dumb. I think it looks dumb. I like it best as cute little Sobble, personally. And so yeah, it's just fun. This might be too dark. Sometimes it'd be like that. Okay, no, we're good. I'm so not ready for Gen 10. Knowing Pokemon is 30 now already makes me feel existential. I've not played Pokemon Unite, so I cannot come at it with nearly as much vitriol as you, Io. I hope. I mean, I guess you could just not play it. I'm not into, that, like, type of game. MOBA? Is that what they're called? Things like League of Legends. Yeah, it's just not my cup of tea anyway. So, pretty easy for me to be like, just don't play it. Because it's like, well, I was never gonna play it. But yeah, I hope it either, you know, comes around, or that it becomes easy for you to ignore it, I guess. Maroon and navy. Not bad colors. I'm betting the next colors are gonna be kind of gemstone-y again. I think they're gonna be, like, sparkly. I don't know what it'll be, but I feel it. I feel it in my code. It's gonna be like Pokemon Starlight and Dewdrops or something like that. Yeah. We've got a fabric, so of course it's gotta be the hardest thing on planet Earth to shade. I've done this to myself. I have no one else to blame. Alright. I should, actually, I'm hiding the pattern layer, because it'll make shading just infinitely easier to do it that way. There we go. Just a little bit of dimension right there. And we can bring our pattern back and ooh, wow! Whoa! It's a flag! Cool. Coolio Tulio. MOBAs are inherently a shit show. It takes a lot to like one. Yeah, that's what I figure. They feel really not beginner friendly because they have to throw you into like you just get thrown into the same games as everyone else, and I don't know, they tend to foster pretty toxic communities from what I gather, which is unfortunate, but it's too much for me to fix, isn't it? I can't fix all the little League of Legends boys who get too mad at video games. Alright, awesome. Let's add... Oh, wait, I haven't shaded his tail. Great, okay, now let's add a little bit of pizzazz. Let's make my shading a little less bright. And we're gonna add to his hair a yellow. Nice, subtle, pretty, and we'll probably adding some fancy effect on top of everything as well. Welcome balls too. It's been a little bit. You've come at an exciting time. This is when we're getting to like mostly like decision making is how I'm gonna describe it. And you're right. I am gonna make the pants a little bit more teal. I got deep teal here. Let's hide my shading for just a second. Wow. Yeah, you were right. A good eye. And let's also get this little part colored in there. Okay, cool. Okay, yippee. Now, we're gonna be adding a little bit of flamey effect on him. I want him to look like he's kind of on fire. Oh! Yeah, my gradient is bleeding out into his arm. Let's clean that up a little. Yippee! I'm sorry, have we been talking about horses all stream? My favorite horse is Kyoko from Madoka. Thanks for asking. That's great to know. I guess my favorite horse is Apana, huh? He got the spray tan infection. Okay, let's get a background color in here. Like a proper background color. Alright, that's a little bright. I think we want our background to be darker because we're focusing so much on light with him. He's going to be fiery. So right now it's a matter of finding a good color here. Oh, okay. I think a nice kind of bronzy gold might be what we want. Alright. So let's add some shine to his hair really quick. Probably also add some shine to the gold elements on him. Ugh. That's not the color I want. There we go. And then we'll do the scary part of making fire. And it's just scary because if you fuck it up, it can, like, look really dumb. I've made fire hundreds of times, but I don't know, I don't want to fuck it up. Ew, that looks terrible. Okay. Sorry, I was battling with my layers there, silently. Oh, that's why. Where am I? What layer am I on? There I am. Okay, I see. There we go. Now I'm where I belong. Alright. Getting lost in the layers. I gotta look up Land of the Lustrous. I gotta see when the next manga is coming out. I feel like I must be behind at this point. But my shoulders hurt. My shoulders hurt real bad. That suddenly happened. Stream will have to end sooner rather than later, I fear. We'll add some shine. If you make black too shiny, it just ends up looking like latex, which you don't want. But it reflects light a lot, so adding a little bit of dimension to your black elements will do you good in the long run. Okay, let's see if I can make this fire effect work the way how I want it. That anime is a hidden gem. It was ludicrously popular when it came out. That's a upfront visible gem, and I recommend reading the manga, because the manga is so fucking good. The anime was also really excellent, but what's on this layer? Oh, it's fine. I don't know, the manga, I mean, the story was so gripping, I had to know what happened next, that's why I got the manga. And also, the art's just so stunning, and the pacing is different from the anime, which, you can see that as a good or a bad thing, depending on your perspective of it, but see, now that don't look like fire, that looks like weird dust. But also, I'm really bright right now. Temper myself. So yeah, huge suggestion is raid Land of the Lustrous. Oh, that ain't fire either. I might give up on my fire idea, I'll be honest. If I can't make this look good. I'm on a unique layer, so I don't need to worry about fucking things up. I may want to change my background color, though. So that what I'm doing is actually visible. Okay. This also means that the light source is behind him. And I'll have to alter that. It's pretty alright, if I do say so myself. Let's find my lighting layer. Okay, good. We're going to do a thing, actually. Great, I didn't even need to do a whole maneuver to do that thing. And now we're going to basically add some fancy rim lighting near the flamey hair. Rapid ass jump scare. I will definitely try to read the manga. It's so 10 out of 10. It's so good. If you've seen the anime, the manga can feel a little repetitive. I mean, it's also been a while, so it's nice to refresh yourself. Because the anime covers like the first 5 volumes. So, you know, just be aware that, you know, you will recognize a lot. But, it's super worth it. Okay. Let's see if I can do color easily and efficiently. Do light easily and efficiently. Well, that ain't right. That's not what I want. That's also not what I want. That's not what I want. Wow, that's bright. That's not what we want, I don't think. We're just fucking around at this point. Looks like smoke doing it that way. That's fun. Not what we want. Alright, so we've done that, but I think at the end of the day, we still need to kind of do it the old-fashioned way. Grab my color layer. Man, what layer did I just make? I think it's this one. Okay, yeah. And gonna be adding some pretty bold lights. Oh, I'm above my line art, so that's not right. Where the fuck am I? What layer do I want to be on right now? Kind of add some yellow rim lighting near the edges with the fire. I sent my birthday list to my friend's mom and put Pokemon Legends ZA on it, so I'm 99.9% sure I'm gonna get it, lol. Hell yeah. In order to increase that, that chance, you should just get rid of everything else. What do you want for your birthday? I only want this. Do not give me anything else. Does anyone else? My parents used to do this thing, which was infuriating, where they'd be like, what do you want for Christmas or for your birthday? And I tell them, oh, I want this video game or whatever. And then they spend the money that they could have, like, the same amount of money as a video game, but, like, buy you not what you wanted. No, I got you, like makeup. Why? I didn't ask for that. Why didn't you just give me the thing I asked for? The flag is absolutely gonna catch fire. He's none the wiser. What a cute little guy. He's so excited. Getting to run in his little made-up marathon. This is why you label your layers, people. I usually don't have this many. In my defense. Alright. I think that's just about as good as it's gonna get. Let's make the background look nice. We're going to do some stuff with our background. Hang on. Just a bit of some dimension back there, so it's not all just one thing. Wowie wow! It's a horse boy. I feel like... I don't know. I feel like this could be better. It could be worse. Happy Lunar New Year. Could be better, could be worse. Here, we'll try one thing really fast. We're just trying a thing. We're testing something. Wow, that's not what I wanted. No. No, I don't think so. Alright, that's alright. We tried our thing. It gives us a little bit more dimension, I suppose. Clean everything up a little. Yeah, I guess that's acceptable. Alright, great. Here's makeup. Cool. I will never wear this, yeah. Where'd my... I lost my screen for a second. Random, but I just got home, and the creaking of my front door sounded like a donkey. Just wanted to share it. See, that's the new year. That's the Lunar New Year. Welcoming you in. My grandpa, big man, rest his soul, would give me gifts in something that they weren't. So he got me Pokemon Heart Gold, but packaged in a weight scale. I love doing that shit. I love doing that shit. I love buying people video games, but a video game box is really obvious. Everyone knows what a video game box looks like, you know? And so I'll hide it, in, like, the biggest box I can find. So then they're sitting there looking at the Christmas tree being like, oh man, I wonder what that one is. And it's like, it's the video game you asked for. Well, what just the fuck happened? What kind of brush is that? Why is it like that? Ew. That's crazy. That's probably interacting with all of the other layers. I was just gonna give him a little bit of blush, but that's fine. We don't need to do that. So yippee! That's a horse boy. I'll post him to Blue Sky, because Twitter can suck eggs. But yeah, thanks for being here. Thanks for tolerating me struggling through horse boy. Happy Lunar New Year. Hope you have fun, make smart choices, be good, and that this year is, as always, better than the last one. So adios. Thanks for being here. Him and your magical girl horse, I forgot her name, can be besties. Yeah, their heights would be... Hang on. All my brushes are so big right now. It would be her. Her name is Falada. There she is. And then him. And they would be besties. Well, I mean, the girls in Grim Magic are like from 9 to 11. Like they're max maybe 13 years old. So yeah, him big boy. She and she's she's the tallest girl so far. She is the tallest magical girl we've had in Grim Magic so far. So yeah, there you go. So yeah, goodbye, adios, make smart choices. That's it. The stream's ending.